Hello everyone, this is Brian and this is Flies for Fishing. Today I'm going to tie a very simple pattern. It's a very common pattern. It's a pheasant tail, and everybody should have pheasant tails in their box. It is probably one of the best flies in my opinion. Represents lots of different bugs. Very easy to tie. The one I'm going to tie today, there's lots of different ways of tying it. You can do it with a bead head. You can do, I've seen it tied with cone heads. Lots of different colors, lots of different variants. But today's just going to be a simple pheasant tail that has three materials basically. I got some red. It's a reddish brown peacock herl. Just some brown pheasant tail. And some small brassy wire. I like this wire. It works well. And the hook I'm going to use is a size 14 nymph hook. I'm using some uni thread, 6/0 in a caramel. I happen to like this thread and I like this color, so we're going to go with that. And that's what was in my bobbin. So I'm going to go ahead and lay a base down of thread all the way back to the bend of the hook. Some people can break it off. I personally cut it off. I'm not very good at breaking it off, so I do that and I end up getting things tangled up. So we're just gonna cut it off and run that back to the bend. I do mash my barbs down. I just haven't done that yet. So now we want to take some pheasant tail. I don't know, roughly 6 to 8 strands here for the tail. Keep the tips aligned. About a body length or a hook shake length of the tail. Transfer it to your material hand. And I do a pinch wrap. That just works better for me. So go ahead and do that. Put a wrap around it or so to secure it. That looks pretty good. Oh, we lost some focus here. That's not good. There we go. Refocused. Take the wire. This is, again, small brass wire. And I tie it on my side of the hook. If you tie it close to you, that'll make sense here shortly. And I keep it on that side. Lift up the tail. Go ahead and secure everything in. And come up to where your thorax will start. About 2/3 of the way up the hook. Then we just take the pheasant tail, go ahead and wrap it. And if you have a rotary vise, which I do, but I like to do this by hand, so just start wrapping your pheasant tail around until you keep going up. And as you notice, I twist it as I wrap it, so it kind of keeps all the feathers together, all the quills together. Once you get up to, whoops, dropped one there. That's okay. Once you get up to about 2/3 of the body, go ahead and do some securing wraps. A couple times there. Snip those off. Now this is why we put the wire on the closest side to me. So as I pull it, I don't interfere with the tail. And my first wrap goes around without even messing with the tail. And then you just open spirals, evenly space it around the body, up to where your thread is. Now here's something that's kind of interesting. So as I wrap my thread around it, I actually roll this backwards. If you notice, I'm tying it backwards. Whoops, that slipped off. But I tie it backwards. And it kind of naturally goes that way. And then as I get around to the other side, I bring it back around it and I tie it forward. That's just something I do. There's lots of different ways you can secure that off, but that's just the way I secure it. It seems to work for me. I take the bobbin, pull it up to the bottom, helicopter the wire off. Maybe. There we go. And then just clean that up a little bit. All right. Now we're going to use some reddish brown peacock herl, and I like to use about 3 strands with this fly. I kind of like it a little bit thick right there. It's like a well-fed fat bug. Make sure to clip off the tips. Those are usually pretty weak and they will break. Go ahead and wrap that in. And I usually pull it back so I don't have anything sticking out the front. Bring it up to just behind the eye, and then I'll give these a little twist. And then I'll wrap these. Whoops, I'm sorry. I almost forgot something there. That would have been bad. That's the whole point of the pheasant tail. Would have forgot the thorax cover, the wing case. So you want to grab another little plume of quills here, about a few more than you did on the tail. I get about 10 or 12 of them here. And then you want to measure those about, and this is a personal preference for me. I measure them about a body length, about as same length as the tail, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. So we want to transfer those to the material hand, and again, pinch those down right where you're starting the thorax. Do a couple of securing wraps, wrap that forward a little ways, and you can snip this off. All right, now we're going to wrap the peacock curl. Sorry about that. So we'll go ahead and wrap it around, a couple on top of each other, twist it as you go, kind of holds them together. Again, I like a fat little thorax, so it's okay if they're spread out a little bit because they're overlapping. I'm going to go ahead and secure that down. A couple of securing wraps. Snip that off. There's plenty there for another fly, so we save those for later. Now this, we bring your thorax cover forward. Okay, try to get them all forward there. As you bring them forward, just do a securing wrap there. Sorry, my hand's kind of in the way there. You see, I do a couple of them. Okay, and then I just do a really tight wrap to help secure them. And here's why we do the body length, because then we can take these with our thumb and push them back, and that'll give you just about the right length of legs. Kind of flatten them out, spread them out evenly as you go here. Try to get them evenly. I'm all thumbs here. I have kind of stubby big hands, so once you get them where you like them, kind of hold them down, wrap it up so they stay, and at the same time just building a little bit of a head. You can see your legs just kind of stay back there about as long as the thorax, which is perfect. Maybe a little longer. Grab your whip finish tool. Give yourselves 3 or 4, 5 whip finishes. Tighten it up. You can cut or snip it off, whatever works best for you. I always snip them. Terrible at cutting. And then I use some head cement. Put a little dab of head cement on, around, all the way around. And then I always put a little bit across the wing case. Gives it some strength. Just like that. If you can see that, just gives it some strength and makes it a little stronger, a little more durable for more hits. It's not the best head. I've done better, but that'll be okay. Anyway, that's the pheasant tail. It's a great little fly. I usually end up tying about a dozen of these at a time, and they're quick, they're fast, and they work well. Thank you guys. If you want to see me tie something else or have any questions, please put them in the comments. I would appreciate it if you subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll try to do more of these. Thank you.